What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XPR network today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? XPR here on the 24th of August is up about 2%, just under there. We're sitting at about $0.0063 with 6 hours and 8 minutes left in the day. A very big wick to the upside, followed by an abrupt move down, right? I mean, we just moved all the way up and then back down. If we look at this on the 1 hour time frame, let's see some volume. Yeah, a lot of volume coming in, and that's okay. But I don't think that this is a bearish thing. Honestly, most of the time, whenever we get this kind of look, it's actually right before a pump, right? Big wick, and then we moved up over the coming days. Big wick here. We moved up. We didn't move up for long, but we did move up. Big wick there, moved up. Here, big wick, and we moved down. It's not the most certain thing, but typically, I feel like XPR is deceitful with its wicks to the upside. I wouldn't weigh in on that too much, other than I think that we will move to the upside. I think this is a bullish foreshadowing, if anything. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame now, the RSI has gotten overbought. We got into the overbought zone, out of the overbought zone, so I would expect a little bit of a cool off down to the 50, down to the 40, so a little bit lower to go. I'm not under the impression that we go below this low here. In fact, hey, it's very possible that that's the low right there. Looking at that, how we're coming up this 1 hour already. 6 minutes, 55 seconds left. Let's see. Let's look at the low to high here. Low to high. Let me get that low to high. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty abrupt move. I'm not going to weigh too much on that just because it's such a volatile wick. Who knows if it's going to be respected by any kind of fib, right? From a high to low here. Back at the golden ratio area, I respect this a little bit more. So I do think that we're in an area where we want to bounce. But again, if we were to go a little bit lower, that's fine. It's nothing to be concerned with. I certainly wouldn't lose hope for this thing. If we're looking at it on the stochastics, coming up, maybe bouncing off the zero here. The MACD is looking like it wants to scoop up above the zero, cross that barrier. All good things. If we're looking at the 4 hour time frame here, the RSI is neutral but bullishly postured. Yes, things are sloping upwards. We've got higher lows and higher highs coming in. A lot of volume on that last candle there on the 4 hour time frame. We got 2 hours and 6 minutes left in this one. Let's see how this candle closes, but I would assume, again, we could come down a little bit, but maybe by the end of this candle we start moving up again. All in all, I think we're on our way to breaking back above 1 cent and beyond, and that might happen over the coming days. You see this here in the MACD, the fact that we crossed above the zero. We're finding some turbulence now, but you can't really see it, but these oscillators here, if you can look past the histogram, the blue line and the orange line there, they're crossing up above the zero. And being on the 4 hour time frame, it takes 6 candles for a day to form on a 4 hour time frame. So I would think this bodes well for the coming days. We're going to see a lot of growth over the coming days this next week, and the end of August I think will be good. The orange line here on the stochastics is looking like it wants to find support on the oversold zone, which is also a positive thing. As long as it persists, as long as we can, maybe we find a red candle here. I don't know what that was. I don't know why I just went like that, but maybe we find a red candle here. Maybe we even go a little bit lower on the next candle, but as long as we're closing candles higher very soon and we can turn the stochastics around so that the orange line isn't dipping into the oversold zone, I think that would look good. And then again, the RSI looks pretty good too. If anything, again, if we go a little bit lower, it's not a problem, but I don't think that we're going to go below that low there. Okay. Daily time frame. Lower lows in the daily RSI, higher lows in the price. That's bullish, you guys. Bouncing off the oversold zone on both accounts. Bullish stuff. You got bullish. Do you have bullish divergence? It's not bullish divergence, but you do have bullish momentum, or I should say bearish momentum dying, which is kind of bullish in itself. That's not the friendliest looking candle. I'm not going to deny it. It's not the friendliest looking candle, but this thing, again, has a history of deceiving you with these bearish looking candles. In all fairness, though, the last one that we had was true. It was honest. The one before that, not so much. The one before that, not so much. Looking at this on a weekly time frame here, we are clearly breaking out. Yes, I think that we are clearly breaking out. We're knocking on that door. Here you can see, we found resistance, and then immediately the next week we went down all the way down, right? We found resistance up here, and we literally went down the next week and the following week after that all the way down here, right? From resistance to support down there. Here, we've been consolidating in this area now for about 3 weeks. It's 6 hours left in this week. It's almost the end of the week. Consolidating here where we found resistance before. Different behavior begets different results. That's what I like to say. And I think that we will get different results with this. Overall, you're in this kind of large W-shaped pattern. and I think that you're going to continue moving up. I think that you will see prices around this high, if not even above that high. And with that, we can start looking at some extensions here. From a high to low here in the middle of this W, you've got the 3618 all the way up at 10 cents. Maybe you stop at 10 cents. I know that we've talked heavily about this 5 cent to 3.6 cent area, but I got to admit, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if XPR went all the way up here. Typically, again, with these W patterns, you do go just above where they formed, where they began. So it's very possible that you do that. But if you stop right here, right at these areas, that wouldn't be too out of the ordinary either. 3.6 cents to 5 cents would be a good target area to assume. The minimum that I would assume is 2.5 cents. The maximum would be about 10 cents. Can you go above 10 cents? Sure, but probably not by much. You know, and that gives you a minimum growth from here of about 3x to a maximum growth of about a 15x. I'm looking for something personally around a 5 to 7x move, and this should happen. I mean, at the pace that you like to grow, this should happen, I think, between now and October, if not maybe the end of October or some point in October, but we'll see. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. The MACD looks good. RSI is decent. Stochastics, I'm a little bit concerned with, but at the same time, not really. Like it's okay. Let's just hopefully get some green weeks here pretty soon. You know, I would expect that this end of month week is going to be a bit of a pump week, so that should bring the stochastics back into the overbought zone, and if we can do that, that'll look good. Rejecting the overbought zone is not a good look, but getting in there is, so hopefully we can do that. Everything else I'm okay with. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.